Yes, student, by your general experience you know that most of the D block elements forms colored compound like ferrous sulfate, ferric sulfate, copper sulfate, isn't it? In hydrogen form they are colored, isn't it? Say most of the coordination compound they are colored, like the compound of chromium, okay, the compound of cobalt, the compound of nickel, they are having a characteristics color, very bright color, while some of the elements of D block element like zinc, cadmium, mercury, they forms white color compound. So what is the reason of forming the colored compound? The reason is 5d orbitals, okay, splits into two sets when ligands approach to them. When ligands approach to them, like here these are the 5d orbitals, but what they split into two sets. One of the set is called T2g, having what? Lower energy, while the two orbitals, okay, is called Eg, this is of higher energy, getting? If the electrons are present in the lower energy, like suppose if 1, 2 or 3 electrons are present in lower energy, but in the outer Eg form there is no electron in their orbital, then what? Then when the substance, that is the element, will be exposed in the atmosphere, then they will absorb the energy from the visible range and will excite to higher Eg orbitals. But you know that in higher energy level they are not stable for longer period of time, therefore what? They come back to their original state. When they come back to their original state, now they emit the radiation of certain wavelength, and this emission of certain wavelength appears in the form of colors. So if all the orbitals are paired, then there will be no excitement of electron, because all these will remain what? Filled completely with 2 electrons. Like zinc, cadmium and mercury, they will not form the colored compound. But in the case of partially filled d orbitals, which is the main definition of transition element, that is they are having partially filled d orbitals, then there must be 1 or 2 unpaired orbital will be in higher energy, that is Eg form, and thus electron from lower energy level can jump to higher energy level, and when they will come to their ground state, will give the colored compound. So overall what we can say, the color of compound depends on element to element. What is the D configuration? That is their D configuration will decide, okay, the color of the compound. Like if we say whether Ti plus 3 will form color compound, so not possible. Why it is not possible? Because titanium, okay, say scandium, titanium, vanadium, its atomic number is 22 and configuration is D2 and what? S2. D2 and S2. So what? when it will lose electron, now the configuration becomes what? The Ti plus 3 configuration, it will change. How it will change? It will have D1 and S0. So here the D1 configuration is there. That means what? It will show color. It will show color. But if we think Ti plus 4, then what? There will be D0 and S0, so no color. No color. Getting? In this way, you can write the configuration like iron. Now the configuration of iron is D6 and S2. So being, now if it will convert into Fe plus 2, then the configuration become D6 and S0. Now the D has how many electrons? 6 electrons, that is partially filled electrons. So it can jump to higher energy level and it will come back and will release the complementary wavelength, which will appear in the form of color. Therefore, they form what? Color compound. Getting? Now, one more very important property is formation of interstitial compound. Interstitial compounds. Student, you know that in D block element they are very small in size. So in their crystal lattice, okay, crystal lattice have large number of what? Interstitial voids. Simply they are called what? Voids. And in this void, the small element like carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen can store or trapped, and therefore they form interstitial compound. Okay. Some non-stoichiometric compounds are also there. Non-stoichiometric compounds. Now non-stoichiometric compounds means like here Fe 0.93 and O 1.0. That is here the stoichiometry of Fe and O is not certain. Like Ni 0.98 and O 1.0. Again here the Ni is only 0.98 while oxygen is 1.0. So what is the reason of forming non-stoichiometric compound? It is because these elements are able to present in two different